Annita Nichol, and I am new to Nova Scotia from Alberta, and I live in Wolfville. I was home for the first year with my family as we got settled um, into Nova Scotia life. We moved here for a new project in Wolfville for my husband. Stayed home for the first year, and then this January I emerged. And the first thing I did was a weekend mashup workshop in the Napa. And that's where my story begins, what's happening. So Mashup Weekend is a pitch day. So I have journals, books, notepads, napkins, stacks of them, of schemes, business ideas, places I see things connecting. I worked in nonprofit for 7 years in Calgary as a contract manager, and we were a foundation where we funded programs. And I learned a lot about social programs and how government money can help people in the community. And I'm also a maker. I'm passionate about upcycle sewing. I'm passionate about the power that doing things with your hands can do in your life personally and in your community and with your family. And I had all these schemes about how I could bring these two pieces together, like social justice and making stuff. And when I learned about Mashup Lab from my cousin and saw this one-day event, I thought, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pitch a scheme, something that I've been thinking about as I moved to Nova Scotia. My life here in Nova Scotia is at the intersection of craft beer and craft making and whatever else I want to bring to the equation. So I thought, let me go and pitch one of my schemes. And it was an amazing day. I got some real validation for a concept that I've been chewing on, and I had the nerve-wracking experience of like pitching 3 different times throughout the day. Once, like within the first 10 minutes, I had to stand up and speak on behalf of my group. And yeah, I was there. I drove the hour and a half to get there. I was just going to go for it, and it was a really rewarding day. At the end of the day of that first one-day event, mashup event, by the end of the day, I had been able to work through my business concept with a group of 3 other amazing people to work through a business model canvas, which I had never ever heard of before. And it just gave me so many ideas. Well, it actually was really hard. There were moments where I thought, oh, this is like not a business. This is not going to work at all. But then we figured it out. We worked as a group. The mentors were there. And when I did my final pitch, I was successful. My business was chosen as the most viable of the day. So that was incredible. And then I was accepted into the Dream Business program, which is however many months it is. And I was just inspired to take action. So I didn't pursue the pitch from the one-day weekend, but I really wanted to meet makers, and I saw a gap in my community for craft market. And I also was looking at, in the valley, there's farmers markets, and the farmers markets they always have, well, food, obviously, in the valley, and then a handful of craft makers, usually the usual suspects, and the craft beverage community. Like there's a lot of liquor producers at the market. So I was just inspired to say, you know what, there's a gap. Let's do a market that is focused on makers in Wolfville, in the valley. Let's just do it. And then I used the Dream Business program, the first half of it, to flush out the event. Did the final pitch on May 16th, and my event happened on May 31st. So I had I rented out the Wolfville Farmers Market, which is a beautiful venue in Wolfville, a community gathering space here naturally. And I did it on a non-traditional day. I did it on a Friday afternoon during the Apple Blossom Festival, where people are again traditionally gathering during Apple Blossom Festival in the valley. And we had makers from local, hyper local, right in Wolfville. We had makers from throughout the valley, and then we had people coming from all over the province. So it was a real treat. It was a real treat, and it worked. People came, vendors came, people came. It was really beautiful. Definitely doing it again. The feedback that I've got from people has been they very much enjoyed the vibe of the event. They enjoyed the pace of the event. Some people they thought that because I was holding it on a Friday afternoon between 1 and 7, that people are at work. No one's going to come. But I think that this is short-sighted, and I think it's actually kind of sexist because there's a lot of women who don't get off work at 4:45 on Friday afternoon. So I really wanted to provide this beautiful space for multi-generations to attend, which did happen. We saw mothers and daughters and grandkids. We saw a lot of mother-daughter combos coming through. It was really beautiful. The biggest lesson I think is to just keep going. Trust my gut and just do it, because I could have stopped every single day. I could have stopped because there was enough doubt inside of me and around me to not do it. But my biggest lesson is to just pay attention to what's working and to just keep going. I am crying. Yeah, it was real. Those fears and those doubts were real. And next time I'm gonna try maybe some healthier kind of approaches to dealing with stress and stuff, because I was getting into some pretty bad habits, but I was like, I'm here. I made it to the end. But there were some sacrifices for sure on time and sleep and eating well and stress drinking or whatever. But there's yeah, trust in yourself and the people who are saying, yeah, I think that's gonna work, and just keep. Well, you don't know until you try, right? And this was a big experiment way out in front. It wasn't 600 people. 600 people showed up to my scheme and paid to come through the door. That's amazing. Because it's the people who are trying different things that are going to shape and shift how this place works. Who are you? Who are you to do that thing? We say it to ourselves. We think that other people are saying it to us, but it's mostly inside our heads, our own heads, from things we've heard in the past. Or I can't believe how much time I spent in this process to get to this event, reconvincing myself that I should and could do it. What a waste of time.